Welcome everybody back to the Wealth Around Us. On this episode, I just wanted to take you over a few ideas for your own edible victory gardens and show you a little bit of what we've got going back here this year. This has been the first time I've been out here since the cold snap ended. So I'm going to have a look at everything and assess what I've got. But start off, these are my knockout roses. And believe it or not, all forms of roses are edibles, of course not the spines. But as you can see, they grow very nicely up underneath here. But all forms of roses are edible. I'll just take you back here. This property has a lot of fig trees on it. These are yellow Turkish style figs. As you can see, we get poundage every year, just tons and tons of them. I need to pull that ivy back a little. Farther beyond those trees along the side of the house and air conditioners, there's a row of apple trees, red and green apples. Someone told me the other day that these are indeed edible too. It's a butterfly bush. I don't know about that. They smell edible, but smell is not always an indicator. Some more roses. I'm going to go over here and check on the leeks. More roses. Yep. Looks like the leeks are coming in too. Now, it's always a good thing to have edible plants on your property. It'd be my argument that, almost everything you should be putting on your property has got to be some form of edible. Why and else? I mean, I know pretty is pretty, like these, but they're not edible. They're poisonous. I've got some of these river weeds, I know, are edible. That's just been an old Seminole knowledge. There's something new growing down there. I have no idea what that is, but I'd like some experts, if you know what it is, to give me a ring. Let's go down there to it. We have more apple trees. These are green apples. Those are green apples. They're just delicious. More figs. Let's get a close-up of this new little invader. Oh, a thistle. These are edible. Of course now, this one, I think I'm going to let this one go, because he's already got his thorns on them, and you boil these down, like Green Dean was saying on Eat the Weeds, they do not get soft when boiling them, and you have to snip every single leaf off, or just use this, let that grow to like a piece of celery and strip it. Don't know what that is. It's real plentiful back here though. Let's get a real close-up look at this stuff right here. What is this? This is new. I've never seen this in my lawn before. This was brought here by something. There's been a lot of storms lately. Had an especially wet and cold year. These right here. Any experts, give me some shouts. Buttercups, those aren't edible. More roses. The petals are edible, then they get a hip on them, and that hip is a very rich source of vitamin C. Got our thornless trailing raspberries. These are looking good. More trailing raspberries. This was the little one, and apparently now it's not the little one anymore. He's gotten all big. Good deal. This is the big blueberry bush. He's starting to get some of his foliage back. And the little guy. Oh, the trailing raspberry has taken him over. Here we go. Let's put you right back there. Well, easier said than done. Okay. That's the baby blueberry. The deer have been coming back through here. And here's a really, really baby blueberry. Yeah, this guy's looking good. We planted these last year sometime. If he was here, oh, I know what that is. I'll be a monkey's uncle. That's just... if I can see that correctly. Salvia. And there looks like more of it. And if we'll pass the pig and the three wise men here. Here's one of my favorites. We cut this down thinking he was dead, but he's just old. He's not dead yet, but this is rosemary. Big sprigs of him. This right here, now this is the only thing I have in my lawn that's dangerous. Like dangerous. This is wormwood. When this gets bigger, it's going to start spreading. Hasn't really done real good in this spot, but it's remained a little bit healthy. But wormwood is very toxic stuff. These are another one of my favorites. This is the muscadines. They haven't got any of their leaves yet, but they have been just overtaken with honeysuckle. It was like this last year too. Honeysuckle just keeps on coming back and coming back. But that's not too bad. That's not too incredibly bad. I might keep it too because, well, honeysuckle is indeed edible. As you can see, something's been nibbling at it there. But honeysuckle flowers are edible. Good source of nutrition. These are the blue turkey figs. Tree's looking good. Move on past through here. I think there's a couple more different plants that survived all the harsh weather we've been having these past couple years. It was a real bad drought and hot year last year, and it was a real cold, wet year this year to make up for it. So hopefully we get some things springing back. All right, here we go. All right. They thought this was a weed. It's not a weed. It's a baby peach tree. As you can see, we used to have a pair of peach trees that stood right there. They're gone. This one's suffering its last years. As you can see, it's a real bad case of what do they call that? Powdery mold or blight. I call it blight. That's what it is. It's got some specific name, but it pretty much ate this poor tree up. It's trying to fight for its life, though. Oh, yep, here we go. And these are wild blackberries. These just were growing wild in the yard, and they kept coming back. People call them briars, but they are wild blackberries. Here's mission fig tree. It got knocked the heck out of by another falling tree during the storm, which wreaked all that damage back there. But it might yield me some fruit this year. And there's the remnants of the apple tree it clobbered, but the apple tree's coming back as well. And it's got muscadines growing all through it, big red ones. So we like it. I hope this gave you a few ideas on how to have a decent looking but food producing back lawn. It's also a little retreat when it gets nice and warm. The weather back here is just excellent because it's got a microclimate because of that creek that runs through. And we like to start up the fountain and just kind of relax, get away from the city. We're in the middle of the city, so any amount of space, green space, is quite welcome. Oh, another thing is those eastern red buds. Those are edible too. You can eat the petals this time of year. Well, stay safe, folks. Hope you get with growing and your own organic food and stuff like that, because it's a dying skill. People don't know how to grow stuff anymore, and it should be practiced daily. A victory garden is a very cheap thing to do. And, it should probably be practiced by any self-respecting prepper or just anybody else for that matter. I feel it's a very important skill to have. And that's the wealth around you. So, thanks from us, and everybody be safe.